One. We're back to the Neil Haley Show, and my guest today is Pat Riley. Deception underway, but it's office hours, AI office hours with Pat Riley and Neil Haley, the media giant. And interesting week of AI. I would say I take on more tasks than I should, but let's hear your updates first.
Right, yeah, same here. It just gives me so much work to do, which is great. Don't know why I need to work so much, but I'll slow down someday. But yeah, I've played around with the tool. I had an issue with OpenClaw. Went through an update. There was a line in the JSON file. I found it, removed it, rebooted, and I was fine. But I was a little skeptical. And then, of course, I tried to load Hermes on top of it, and that wasn't working well. I think I need to figure out how to get Hermes to work with OpenClaw, just because of course, I'm very influential when it comes to any videos, and they're like, OpenClaw is dead. Try Hermes. Okay, fine, I'll try it. But I still run my OpenClaw. I still use certain things, but the new tool I was playing with this week was I'm interested in getting some real estate in Florida. So I put that task on Manus, and it was pretty cool. I was able to say, all right, I'm looking for land in the southwest region of Florida, and I want to be able to have deep water access, where if I want to put a dock out there, but I don't want it in a flood zone. This thing went through, started just, it took about 10 minutes. Then it came back and said, well, we got these areas, and they was naming areas that I knew about that had open water access, but I think I had like a half acre, and I was like, okay, maybe that's too large, maybe reduce it. But yeah, it gave me this nice 8-page PDF file. And then, of course, I said, well, what if I want to find, and I looked around, I found two different houses that were pretty cool. Okay, three-car garage, three bedrooms, ranch style in Venice. And I said, okay, Venice, Florida, let's go with that. It came back. I gave two separate addresses, and it gave the breakdowns of both, where it even talked about uh, one of them was outside the flood zone. And during, I think, Hurricane Betty in 2024, that some of the streets were flooded and were closed down for 4 days. That's what the bot came back with. I was like, wow, but it still said it was the best deal. But I was like,
Wow.
this is pretty cool. So, and it
And,
was
and
another
so you're looking at
4-page
real
doc.
estate. So you're using it as a real estate tool.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I think another tool that I was looking at is a recruiter, as an IT recruiter, because not even just IT, but AI recruiting. I have a friend who his fiance's in the area, and she's a pharmacist, and she's like, I'm looking for like a remote job. And I said, okay. I threw it out to Manus. Give me some job opportunities for pharmaceutical, uh, really pharmacists. I wouldn't say pharmaceutical reps, but for pharmacists to work with AI remotely. And it gave me another like 8-page document, and I just sent it over to her saying, good luck. Let me know if you have any questions. So there's a lot of opportunity out there, and just have to ask the right questions. And of course, I love just some of the training I'm going through at work. They popped open prompt engineering. I'm like, really? What? I just think prompt engineering might be a little overboard. Why are we throwing out technical terms for just, I look at the bot as being an employee. Talk to them like an employee. Don't go overboard. It's like, I can't imagine going to one of my guys saying, okay, you're a software developer. Give me this is, you don't talk to humans that way. Why are you talking to a bot that way? Bots are intelligent enough where you can get some context. If they have a question, they'll reply to you. Are you sure about this? Or what about this?
Right.
And it's a clarifying question. So prompt engineering is a bunch of crap.
So why do you think prompt engineering is a bunch of crap? You feel that you
It's too
really just
structured.
you just really got to figure out how to work with that AI and really
Yeah.
build the relationship with it and figure it out.
Yes.
And the problem is it's going to be a different relationship each day.
Yes,
That's the
exactly.
problem. So some
Yeah.
days it works, some days it doesn't work. Now, what do you think of Victor? Would Victor be a good example of me to get at least close to like what OpenClaw does to understand what, if you heard of Victor.
No, I haven't heard of Victor. What do we got for
Victor,
Victor?
Victor, that's what they were saying. Victor's like OpenClaw, except it's not open source. It can do a lot of the different things that as an agent does in tasks and things like in that nature. And some people that are high social media experts, or I mean, AI experts recommended Victor. So I'm going to test out Victor and see what happens with Victor. I have my Claude Cowork pulling leads every day. So I'm going to go in and see where they are at. Are they under projects? No. Scheduled. I see the task. Live artifacts wouldn't be that. Dispatch, customize. No, take me back. I'm trying to figure out where those leads go because I see it every day. Let's click on it. Are they there? Yeah. Okay. So it's running it every time, each day at a specific time. So let's see what it ran 4 a.m. yesterday. It created it. Now it's running every day at 4 a.m. running a list. Also, I heard something else cool in Claude is you can be on your phone anywhere and connect to your desktop and be able to run tasks.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
called, you familiar with that? Claude, let me tell you. I got to test it first. I couldn't
Uh-huh.
get it connected before because I think it was sleeping. I got to keep so my computer doesn't sleep. You can use Claude Dispatch to connect to your desktop.
Okay.
And that means that your cowork can be collected to your desk then be able to run tasks, ask it to run agents when you're on vacation, when you're on anything, as long as it's not sleeping your desktop. Got to find out
Yeah.
how. But I think it wasn't sleeping because it looks like it's working. At least it's running at 4 a.m. every day for me now. Leads
Right.
for mental health therapists. So I got to create other agents, but they're getting better and better at scraping Claude.
Yeah, yeah,
And I'm,
definitely.
I'm paying the $100 version. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, and I do see getvictor.com and it's Victor, right? Is that
Yes,
the one you're
yes,
talking
yes,
about?
yes.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so Victor is an AI coworker that connects 3,000 plus tools and does the work. All right, I got another one, but $100 of free credits. That means how much am I going to be paying? I'm trying to pay less, not more. I like my Perplexity at $20. I like my Manus for $40. I'm cutting back my API usage, and I haven't been
have
spending
you
much
have you figured
on
out some of the API
OpenClaw.
usage of some of the ideas I gave you for to be able to,
Yeah,
does
yeah,
that
I'm
work?
working on it. I'm just giving it over to Rich, and it's okay, Rich, run it and see what he can come back with.
Well, dispatch
But
is
right
not
now, I
connecting right, and it says dispatch is set up in Claude desktop. Oh, I got to set
uh,
up dispatch. That's why it's not working. Dispatch. Okay, pair your phone. I'm signed in on my phone.
there you go.
Okay, finish setup. Give Claude access. Okay, let's see. Allow, and let's see if it does it. Allow. Oh, allow. Okay, it says work with Claude right on your computer. Okay, so I'm at Cowork. It's good. I'm on dispatch. Dispatch to Claude, check in from anywhere. So it should be good. Now let me try to connect. So I was
Yeah, I do
wondering why
see.
is it is working now.
Okay, good.
All right. So dispatch means I could be walking the dog and creating new agents to set up for Claude, or I could be anywhere that's not near my desktop and run my agents.
You couldn't do that already? Because I do that through Telegram with Manus. Um, I'm connected right into Manus because, like I said, I was sitting at a bar talking to
Well,
my
I
friend
didn't
and his
try that in
fiance.
Claude, so I didn't know that worked.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So I run it in Manus that way. Like I said, my friend with the pharmaceutical or pharmacist fiance, I just sat at the bar, and of course I use my Whisper Flow. Have you been using your Whisper
I
Flow? I
have
don't know if
not
you.
started Wisterflow, and I'll make sure
I
I will.
love my Whisper Flow because if you're out, like you said, walking the dog and you just stream some consciousness, how are you going to take the notes? And of course, when you take your notes, and you just might be the hodgepodge of just, stream of humanity that you're just spewing out there. Whisper Flow is going to make it normal. It's going to, it'll know how you talk and it'll formulate it to say, this is what you actually said And of course, I can talk to Rich that way or Manus, and it'll just capture everything. It'll give it a nice, concise version of what I just said, and I'm off and running. So I'm not texting with my thumbs. I'm not just doing some voice notes, but it is. I love my whisper flow. I've got, I don't know, I think it was like 60,000 words so far on that. It's pretty crazy.
I find this great. Okay, so
Yeah,
there you
yeah.
go. It's a
And I do
whisper
see the
flow.
pricing for getvictor.com. It's $50 a month. Slack native agents. Okay, great. So I think this is more for if you really have more agents that you need to kind of
Oh
connect
my
and
gosh.
work with.
Did you ever think of number of agents I need? I need 1,000 agents. I
Well,
need
yeah,
10.
I think Victor could help you in that respect.
I'm going to test it
Persistent
out with another
workspace.
client because he wants me
Yeah,
to set up AI. And if it works, I'll take Victor. I'll spend as
yeah,
much in AI as possible, just because
yeah,
it's worth the investment,
yeah,
and just think about it. One
yeah,
trip, certain AI you can invest in your business instead of going out to Starbucks every day or going and, doing one less Uber Eats a week. So you have to
yeah.
think about these things and how much money is it going to make you? And I'll
Hmm.
tell you right now, it's made me a busier person, a way
Yeah,
busier person, and I don't know how busy I'm going to get.
right.
So my big thing this week was with my agents is I'm getting them set up. They're rolling through. It's managing it all, and
Yeah,
you have to block the time off to go back because they're doing a lot of the social posts. They're doing a lot of different things, other clients. Some of them are automated, some are not. Like I want you to send more posts for the AI ones, but the AI generated posts are doing fantastic for some of my clients. And I'm doing no work. It's just
yeah.
creating it, researching it, and posting it. So a lot of things that the company I'm using is almost as strong as your guy. But the
Hmm.
problem is there's more management of your guy. I think that the in the box agents that are built for a specific specification makes it really easy to run strong.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it's just lining those agents up properly. And, of course, I have my full-time job. Last weekend, I did all my Rockies stuff. So it's been pretty hectic. And this week, I'm tuning up chapter 6 of The Hunger Lie. So I'm cranking that out because I want to get that out in the next couple weeks. I'm not having anybody touch that one except for me. So once I get that part done, although I did go to my normal guy to give me the cover, so I'm good that way. But by the way, I chose the Apple. I don't know if you knew that or not, because the split face, the feedback I received was that has been done many times before. It's like before and after the whole split face. I was like,
Okay,
cool.
so
I
you
don't
went
want
with
to
the
be like
Apple.
everybody else.
Okay.
Apple because that's unusual plus the clock inside with the intermittent fasting. So, although I talked to one of my coworkers today and she was mentioning Rishi, which is an Indian religion. Probably got that wrong, but just so she gave me a bunch of links and they do a lot of intermittent fasting or just fasting. And I'm like, I've been doing this for 2 years now. And I don't see myself going back. And people are like, intermittent means that you don't do it every time. I'm like, I do it every day. So I'm just forget intermittent. I just do fasting. So, but I'm trying to get that book out there soon, and it's looking good. But yeah, as soon
Good.
as I get it to the point, Rich is going to do my developmental edit, so I'm not going to be paying for that. And then after I clean everything up after from that, then he's going to do the copy edit, and then the proofreading. I'll send it off to a few people for proofreading as well, but I'm not paying anybody to
So
do
is he,
it.
is he being built to understand to become a developmental editor?
He's already
Ask
got it.
Rich.
Yes, he's already got
Really?
it. He's like, here's the plan. He's like, I'm your developmental editor. I'm your proofreader, and then I'll just format it and I'll get it into nice format. And so I'm buying the software to format my own book.
So tell me about Rich. You had to make some changes with Rich this week.
Yeah, I did an update. There was a problem in the line of code, and I used either Perplexity or Manus. I think I used Manus, but to help me troubleshoot Rich. And there was a line of code in there. I went to the JSON file, removed it because I just tried to do some repairs on within the terminal, and it just wasn't working right. And so I bounced the server a few times, didn't work. Manus said, "Yep, just remove this one line." Removed it, and I it started working again. I'm like, Rich, are you back? And he's like, Yep, I'm here. I'm like, dude, this
So
is the
let's ask
problem.
Rich about the automation if it's possible.
All right, let me get him going because actually, I did since I've shut it down a little bit this week. I haven't been
Working with Rich.
not as much because again, I'm just trying to do some other stuff with the book. But yeah, he's still a valuable resource. I just need him. Let's see if I can get him going here. But of course, it just takes a second for the damn thing to start up. Where is? Oh, there it is. Okay. So, and that was something I wanted to do was because before he was on 24/7. Now, if the Mac Mini's not running for an hour, it just shuts down. Perfect. So I'm not using those tokens when I'm not supposed to. So,
Okay, that's good.
um, yeah. So, and of course, I have Whisper Flow set up over here as well. What do we want to ask him?
Okay, so we want to automate the ability to do a podcast like we just are finishing up right now.
So
Take
automate the ability to do a podcast and
Yeah, so
take.
it's already in Google Drive. How we can get them to open clips to do the clips and then schedule in post what's it called? Post dot it's something post AI. Hold on.
Okay.
Postly dot AI and put them all into draft form.
Okay.
All the clips.
So basically everything's going to be in Google Drive. We're going to go to Opus Clips, pull those clips out, and
But
use what was that last one?
postly dot AI. Just
Postly.ai. How are we going to make
which
that
there'll be
workflow?
an API that we can go ahead and draft the posts. So I have to verify every one of them, but it would take me through the whole process. So we just did a podcast. I leave. It's already had Opus Clip. They already clipped them all. Opus Clip's unbelievable. There's no real editing needed. And then get those to Postly as drafts with their social media content. And all I have to do then is specifically push schedule.
Okay. Yeah, he's thinking, okay, so he's got some documents here. Um,
This was an
yeah,
idea that Grok came up with, and then we found out the API. But I'm finding out I'm probably going to be ripping out
send me an
120
email
to
on this.
$150 worth of credits per. I mean, Opus Clip per month just for clips
Okay.
alone. It gets rid of the part where I'd be at the script, be paying X more amount, but not be able to clip better professional clips. But also, it takes me time to do the clips. I don't have to do the clips anymore. They're already
Hmm.
done for me. All I have to do is schedule them and post them, which is decrease my time, but I want to decrease it even more.
Yeah, yeah. All right, he's sending me an email right now on this. I got it. I'll forward it to you so you can see it as well. I'll
Who
just
is Rich? Where's Rich's brain? In Claude?
Claude. Yeah, he's using Sonnet. So, yeah, he broke it down. So after you record the podcast, so he knows I use Zencaster. So you listen to the Zencaster output as MP4, upload the raw recordings to dedicated drive, and he wrote down just how those folders are separated, Opus clips, Postly, and here's where it could be tighter. So he gives them some suggestions on how to make it tighter. So I
Okay,
will
I'll have to
forward
take a
this to
look
you
at it
right
and
now.
I'll give that to Gemini and see. But I am, again, more caught up in my AI employees to really work on that
Mhm.
automation now
Yeah.
because that's more and more important. We have a lot of projects we're doing, a lot of leads and scraping leads, and we got to get that
Mhm.
going. That's good. I set up Dispatch, so now I can start coming up with 20 different agents to run. I heard that if I go to Claude, $200 Claude a month, it's pretty much unlimited, and
Mm.
then you could use that to basically run your brain. So Eric Sue talked about how can I basically was spending $7,500 a month on OpenClaw. Now I'm spending
Mhm.
nothing.
Mm. Okay. Yeah,
That
yeah, that's good. I can do that. And that's I'm trying to manage that down as well. That's why I said, okay, I'm going to reduce my open claw just because I know what I was spending. But I was really pushing them pretty hard.
How much were you spending per month for OpenClaw?
You know, I haven't calculated everything. I think I might have been over $200 if I had to come up with it. So probably maybe closer to three.
How many
But
hours do you think he was working out of that?
Oh,
$300.
just a ton. I was hammering them. Because when like I said, the heartbeat, which is running every hour, I said, okay, now every 90 minutes. I was using Haiku on that, which is minimal. And I wasn't using Opus within Claude. So Opus would
What
really
about the
fit.
other thing I sent you that said that you can
Llama,
use? Yeah.
Llama. So I was looking into that. I haven't really gone too far. I've got that down on my notes to research, but that would bring the LLM local, and then I wouldn't have to use the API calls. Or pay for those. So I'm just wondering how good is that context going to be when I ask questions to it.
It's very interesting. Llama's getting smarter and smarter. Would you agree
Yes,
that what
I
Facebook's
do.
putting together,
hmm
they're starting to get to a certain level? Um,
Absolutely. Yeah.
they're catching up. And some of the Unreal stuff, ChatGPT's making a comeback, right? Isn't that true? I've been hearing that their stuff's getting better again.
Yeah, they are. They're definitely good. So it's not bad. I'm just trying to see. I do have agent up here on Manus. So I've got a new task. And within the new task, I'm wondering, oh, I can bring down Manus to my desktop. Ooh, I'm liking Manus. Manus is pretty good. It did build a real quick, simple website for me because I was at the Rockies and I needed to do inventory management. So it built a nice little web page for me, and I just uploaded it up to SiteGround, and I was able to enter everything in, and it was accurate. There's a few tweaks that I need to make, like for example, when I go into the case amount or the individual amount, I just want to be able to enter the number instead of having just a regular keypad up. I just need the number keypad instead of the
All right.
alphanumeric.
All right. So I'll be researching Victor next week for you. So you'll see what I think of Victor, and we'll be having office hours some more. Appreciate it, Pat.
Awesome.
All right. Go to
Okay, thanks.
underwaybooks.com. You're listening and watching The Neil Haley Show, and we'll be back in just a moment. What's crazy?